Welcome, Warriors. We're again with another episode of Vigor Warriors 2, the 1% Club, and I'm your host, the Wolfman. I am getting more hair by the day, and now I'm slicking it back, and we'll see what ends up happening, but I'm very blessed and fortunate that I have a lot of hair at my age, and I continue to work with the Fountain of Youth, and hopefully continue to live a lot more days as we go on. So once again, thank you for the comments, the likes, the donations. We will get better as we go along. I think for the first of the year, I'm going to try some new stuff and hopefully get also a webcam computer to be able to kind of take some larger shots and go back to what I did at the beginning, when I first started a couple of videos. And hopefully we'll do more of that kind of stuff and also bring in things. Now, I'm going to continue with the, identifying masculine figures, and every week doing something with that. I think we're going to do that YouTuber from France next week that was suggested. And I have a few other people that I want to kind of comment on and look through as well. So if you have some suggestions on that, please send them forward. We're also going to continue our book reviews, different things as we go along with Napoleon Hill, and then look at some other books as the year goes on. But hopefully we'll get into our second year doing really well and kind of keep focusing and just allowing us to continue to provide information. That's the main purpose of what I'm doing here. I'm trying to provide information that you guys can use to benefit it, and so I appreciate all your help in that endeavor. So, got a comment from Carl talking about relapsing and focusing on trying to recover. And I think sometimes, guys, and I want to mention this, I guess, in this video. I'm not sure what I'll title this, but I'll think of the title, I think, after I finish it. But the idea, guys, that we want to do is we want to focus on don't be your worst enemy. And the idea is going to be is that you got to focus on trying to realize that you're in a journey. Now, I don't remember, I because I have the numbers, because I always kind of do videos when I get to every 25 days or so. I think I'm at five, maybe it's, I can't remember now. I have to go back and look. But I know I'm over 500, and I know in monk mode I'm over 50. Those type of things are great, but the bigger thing, guys, is the numbers after a while don't mean a heck of a lot. What means a lot is the journey you're on. This is a lifelong thing. And so, I figured it out because I knew this when I was younger. I knew that what I was doing was wrong, but I just couldn't stop it. And as Carl and other people mentioned, the urge becomes so great that you just can't stop it. Now, as you get older, I believe you start to work with yourself, understand yourself better, and you learn how to deal with it better. But still, it took me, and I'm the worst example here, guys. It took me, 50 some years, I guess 40 some years. I mean, I was probably about 11 or 12 or 13. And up until I was 58, so that makes me about 45 years, something like that, to be able to conquer this and be able to, and I'm not totally conquered yet with it, but I'm on the right road, right? I'm over 500 some days. So the thing is that I think that once you start doing this and you realize it's a long-term lifestyle change, that's the thing I recommend to all my one percenters here who are starting out, who are on streaks. Guys, remember, this has to be a lifestyle change. And you have to realize that this is a lifestyle change, and that even if you kind of have a breakdown at some point, you're still going to be able to go back to this lifestyle change. And you're going to go ahead and say, okay, let's go ahead and start again. So what happens is that what happens when you release, if you end up saying to yourself, oh man, I failed, I'm not a good person, I feel badly, and you will feel some guilt because that's what I felt. I remember that. But the thing is, you have to also realize that this was a good journey. It was part of the journey, but it was a good journey. You may have gone 20 days, 40 days, 75 days, 100 days, and you lasted and you made it, which means you can do better. You can do it again. You can do it over and over again if you have to. And that conserves as much energy as you can. Now, will you lose a little energy? Yes, of course you will. But you do get a chance to retain at a later point. Now, I'm not totally sure you ever make up some of that. That's something I guess I should investigate more and do a video on, because I'm not positive about that. But I do know that you create it. That you create all that. I think I did a video on this. You do create, your seed, and you can create your energy as you go along. And so it keeps building and building. And the whole idea is that eventually it will build to the point where you're going to be strong with the ideas and things that you're doing. Now, when you go ahead to the point where you understand that you have to kind of use that energy in a positive way, and you're going to go ahead and do that, then you know this is a lifestyle change. And I think that's the whole key to it, guys, as you learn this. It is a lifestyle change. Don't be down on yourself if this happens. If you go ahead and accidentally release, don't be down on yourself. There's a lot of temptation out there, guys, in our life. I think we're living in this this blue pill type society, and everything people are telling us, now we're figuring out most of the stuff is incorrect. And that's why I say we need to go back. We need to start red pilling ourselves more. And a lot of people are doing that in a lot of different areas. But remember, guys, your temple, this is the way to look at it. Your body is a temple. And you want to keep it going. It's like a car. You want to keep it going as long as you can. I have a couple older cars. The one that I'm in right now is a 2003 Acura. So what is it, 20 some years old, 19 years old, almost 18 years old. So I mean, it's it's about 196,000 miles, and it's keep going. You want to keep running it so it runs well, right? Now you could always say, oh, I'm gonna trade this in every year for a new car, and some people do, but that's not gonna help you in the long run, in my mind, especially when it comes to retention. What you got to do is keep your energy so you become as strong as you can become, because everything will eventually kind of wear out unless you strengthen it. They always have the old thing about a broken bone, where a broken bone will actually heal itself at some point, and it'll become stronger at that broken part because it's healed, and because you allow the energy in the body to take care of itself. And I think a lot of times, guys, when we do things, we're self-destructive. Our own behaviors, our own things happening, and we don't allow ourselves to really use our energy and our body to actually overcome things. And that's why I think as we look at this, we have to kind of say to ourselves, let's go ahead and think of our body as a high-speed car or a temple or something you want to take care of. And so even though you might be releasing, even though you might have a problem, remember, in the long run, this is a lifestyle change. You're trying to really go to the point where you're taking care of this the best way you can. And that's why you have to kind of stand up for yourself and say, I'm not going to put stuff in my body that's going to be something that's going to hurt me. I don't care if it's overeating. Now, yesterday I overate too much. I fasted the day before, so I ate too much, and so I felt it. And so my body was telling me, you ate too much, right? So I felt it for a couple hours last night. And so you got to watch this. I should probably take my own advice on this one. Go ahead and take your advice, your own advice, and my own advice, right? And be able to say, no, I'm not going to eat this much, right? Or I'm not going to gamble this much, or I'm not going to gamble. Or, like, for example, if people come up to you, like I've had this week, women who are, flattered, and I'm talking about, young women here, and it's just amazing to me at 6 years old that this is happening to me now, where, when I was 20, that didn't happen to me. And I think a lot of it is because of the retention that I'm on. Now, the other ironic thing is that because I've been married and I love my wife, and so I don't even think about these type of things, but it just seems like it happens more and more. And that's because you're drawing energy, and people see that. And they understand a strong male type of frame. And that's what you're developing as you're doing this. And so you're going to lose at times, but remember the long-term goal. The long-term goal is to be the masculine frame you can be. You're going to be successful that way. You're going to be happier that way. You're going to be able to achieve your goals that way. In the long run, guys, you're going to be a lot closer to God. And that's my reason for doing this at this point. I want to be closer to God. I don't really care about the attraction. I don't care about the money part of it. Yes, I mean that's a little more of something that I want to achieve. Physically, I want to look the best I can look in certain ways, but I also want to kind of go back and look at what the people of past centuries, they did, and in different parts of the country, in different parts of the world, like the monks in the Tibet tribes. Why did they live so long? What is their secret? And we know the secrets. The secrets are basically going back to exercising the middle chakras in the body, and also being able to kind of focus on keeping your seed as a male. And you can live a long, long time that way, unless something unfortunate happens, which you have no control of some of these type of things. But at least you can put yourself in a position where you're the most masculine you can be. And I know nowadays we hear these other messages about toxic masculinity and all sorts of nonsense. Guys, a male is a male is a male, right? And a female is a female is a female. People want to kind of subvert that. They want to go against some of the rules and the laws of God. They can do that all they want. They're going to be taking the punishment for that. All I can tell you at this point is that I'm very, very happy and very excited and feel so much energy with the lifestyle that I have now, that I'm never going to change, because the opposite of those things I struggled with years wasn't worth it. All right, guys. Have a great day. Until next time, battle on.